there's an interesting video from Somizi where he speaks in a tone or in a sound, not even tone. That's exactly what he's saying. He is talking in a state of regret over what wealth has given and what it gives. And I thought, yeah, this is one of those videos that do not trend on social media because everybody thinks getting it. It's all it is. But then also in the whole subject, there's other subtopics in it that I also want to tackle, pertaining like what he believes himself and all that. I think it comes up here when the Bible says, "What shall it benefit a man for him to lose his soul but gain the whole world?" I think this clip just shows you the example of that, because there is nothing that actually it equals to, but people can allow themselves to be convinced there is. And so I thought, let me go and play you this video. After I saw it, I thought it was an interesting moment of a lesson. It's important you learn it while you are still trying to get up, so that you don't get up there and be shocked that you only needed to get up there before you actually learn the lesson. When the Bible says, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? This is exactly what it was talking about. These things, they are better off when you have gotten them naturally, not the wrong way, not the route where people's lives are destroyed and all of that. I think that is actually the wrong way of actually going about it. Structurality show with daily Christian commentary videos. Just for a little ad break, if you are looking for an English teacher, please do email flightenglishzar@gmail.com and they will help you in your lessons, either for your child or for you yourself, or you can even WhatsApp me here and I will forward you over to them. That's another way to getting to them. Supporting this particular individual supports this channel. So let's go over to Somizi's video and let's hear what was he saying. Please track the conversation here. It's gonna be very important.
What are we doing? What are we doing on this earth? What are we doing? You grow up poor. Okay, let me rephrase, because I always hate it when people generalize. I'll speak for myself. I grew up poor, from a family that was full of love, that was full of warmth. We were so happy, I even forgot that we were poor, but I was still poor. And all my life, I said to myself, I am going to be one of those that will break the generational curse, the generational poverty, right? I did. And I thought and believed with all my heart that it is greener on the other side, and it is happiness on the other side, it is joy on the other side, it is peace on the other side. Sharp. I am on the other side right now. I am on the other side right now as we speak. Sharp. Nope.
So, before I let the video play on, he says he thought just getting on the other side was it. Just having money, just solve this particular problem that might solve a lot of other problems. Maybe then there's joy in just being able to do that. He says, nope. Now you see why I say this video. It's a video that will not trend, because most people want to believe in the delusion that getting on the other side is the thing. But they don't know there's a little bit more to it. Be back.
Let me tell you for free. I've always said this. I don't understand, or I don't think that we will ever find complete peace in this day and age. Because comparing when I was still young, 8, 9, 10 years old, I was more happier, but poor. And now I am more richer, but not completely happy.
So he wants both. He wants to be rich and also be happy. And it's proving itself difficult that to find happiness and this peace. Now, he already says, doesn't believe we'll find complete peace. But I beg to differ. But I'll let him finish.
It comes with a lot and a lot of burdens. Excuse the shininess, it's from his tracksuit. It comes with a lot of burdens, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of pressure, a lot of eyes watching you, wishing for your downfall, a lot of negativity, and sometimes positivity. It looks so luxurious that when you are watching from where you're standing, you believe that I have it all. And today was the day where I'm like, I need to get to a point where I go, I need a break. I need a break from people that are looking up to me for their survival. I need a break from people that think I have it all and they can come and get whatever they want. I need a break from people that can just pick up a call and say, help me, because I can help. I need a break. And then you have it all. And now what you do, you work so hard not to lose it all.
Now, he's about to fall back into the hole. Like he was climbing out of the hole, climbing out of the hole, climbing out of the hole. And then when he's almost out of the hole, he throws himself back into the hole.
And that steals your peace. Something's gotta give. I need to get to that place. And then you have it all. And now what you do, you work so hard not to lose it all. And that steals your peace. Something's gotta give. I need to get to that place. And I know how to get to that place. It's just that I'm not ready to get to that place. Or I'm still scared to get to that place. Because when I get to that place, chances are I'm going to be alone. Because there's a certain level of nonsense I will never take when I get to that place. There's a certain level of non-apologeticness that I will never do when I get to that place.
So, he's very much aware that to be that person that he aspires to, it's isolating. He's very clear in the video that he must be willing to accept isolation. Now, anyone that believes isolation is good for them, this does not understand the human's need for communication and the need for family and community. Humans in general just want that. And so he wants peace and he wants to get away from this place where people see him and want help and what and all that. And he says, maybe we might not be able to get. You see, humans' biggest efforts are mostly to find sustainability, right? Either sustainability in human communication, which comes through family and friends, right? That's the structure that builds that community. And then we want to build stability within work-based and free life. So a life outside of work and a life at work. We want that. We want that balance. I'm working and it's doing enough. And then that allows me to have a little bit of this. So it's this balance that we want. It's never one thing, And so this balance is what helps kind of like weigh out a lot of urge on a person. This is why there's times when you just want to be with people and then you want to be a little bit by yourself, but you don't want that too much because you always want your family, friends, something. You'll always want something. And so total isolation is never really the answer, which is why, like, when you look at all these conversations pertaining depressions and whatnot, these things were very popular amongst white people a lot, because these were the people that had a lot of an isolated lifestyle, right? So amongst black communities, you never really heard it that much. It's only later on that you started to hear that, but it wasn't always that, because it wasn't in the structure in which black people lived. We lived very close quarters, public schools, whatnot, and all that. Unlike white kids who only had their friends when they went to school. When we went home, Mikey's kid is here, we share yards maybe and whatnot. So the subject matters of depressions and what and all this it's only later on now, because now people work from home, work structures have changed, there's a lot more pressures, and careers, as more career development comes in, we have a lot more isolated lives. So that's what brings in that. But there's always a balance that a person needs to see. You must be able to look into society and see the balance that makes all of that work, and be very careful of the tippy toe that kind of like tips you right over the wall. The idea of complete isolation and not wanting to help anybody, not wanting to do that type of a life, it's isolation. And that life doesn't work. You cannot require it. You cannot require close relationships without having yourself committed yourself to those relationships, right? Otherwise, both will see each other as using each other. The friends will feel, he only comes here just feel better. When we ask him help, he does it. So over time, those relationships will wane off. But of course, there needs to be a balance as well. If you have people that are always asking, there needs to be a balance when they do not themselves seek to better their situation. You give the first time, you give the second time, you ask, wait, what are you doing about this? You kind of check back, like, what are you doing about this to resolve this? Then get clarity on that, to make sure that they are actually doing something to get out of that particular position. That pocket cannot be like a permanent spot. There are people that make that a permanent spot. That's where the problem is. If you have people that have a permanent spot of begging, it's a problem. But when you know, okay, this person is working at something to get out of this, helps. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, humans have this urge to want to continuously isolate from God and finding other things. Community is what God has brought us into, or birthed us into, but we mustn't leave Him out of that entire equation. There's a reason why the Catholics used to do this. It's a relationship up top with men. So it's Him and us, and then everyone down here. So it's this relationship with these relationships. There's the relationship between us and Him, and these relationships with everybody else. And this balance is very important. This is why for African spirituality, it just becomes chaos, because this is not communicated. Because now, hey, do you want to have God there, or the ancestors there communicate with God? Yeah, you can. No, you're still defining this. You're still defining this. You ain't defining this. And so the deeper these relationships that people, these relationships which are supposed to be here, within the cross factor, these relationships that are supposed to be here now are defined here. You create a crack in the system. There isn't an authority defining principle or rule, you could say, that actually governs these relationships. It's just, whatever it is. I dreamt this, that's that. It becomes so it is sad that people like Somizi, they remove God out of their life, and then He still seeks to remove people out. You see, when this relationship goes out, what was it, 5-6 years ago, this relationship, He completely removed it, and then He places humans up here. So, you say, no, it's African spirituality. That's not it. What if you really look at it, what you're doing is that you're now taking humans who are here, and you're placing them here as well. It creates a problem. So, it just gets worse and worse and worse. He goes from removing God. Now, he places humans as the answers of mankind. And then now, hey, even humans don't want the mandamus. Do you see how this relationship keeps deteriorating? It just gets worse. But the most important takeaway from this video is this: attaining things does not equal peace. There is this here. This is where peace comes in. This here, this relationship here, and these relationships here, it's what makes it. That's why even in the church, we are advised to never isolate ourselves from the church. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. It's a Sexuality Show. We do daily Christian commentary videos. The moment a person removes God out of it, very soon they will remove people. Because the people were the center. Now people become a problem. People will soon enough become a problem. Why? Because humans are fallen creatures. Tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. And I'll see you later on.